Alrighty guys, we're back for Selesnya tokens, and this is a Through the Omenpaths standard brew, and I'm Redcat. Let's briefly go over the deck, then hop right into some ranked. You got some new cards packed in. How about all four? A Most Helpful Weaver, 2 mana Enchantment Saga. Chapter 1, get a 2/1 green spider creature token with reach. Chapter 2, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature you control. It becomes a legendary spider hero in addition to its other types. Chapter 3, target creature you control gains double strike until end of turn, which of course could help us wrap up a game, huh? Now another new card, we have a couple remarkable readings. It's a 4 mana aura enchant land. When it enters, create 3 1/1 green and white human citizen creature tokens. Enchanted land has, for 1, tap it, target creature gets +1/+1 until end of turn for each creature you control. It'd be pretty cool to do that to the creature that you give double strike to with that chapter 3 on the Most Helpful Weaver, right? So what else do we got packed in, guys? Of course, all 4 Caretaker's Talent, kind of the MVP card in a token build, right? It's going to be our main card draw, and then when you get to level 3, also going to help us clean up some games. How about Sandstorm Salvager? It's a 3 mana 1/1. Enters with a 3/3 colorless golem artifact creature token. You can pay 2, tap it, put a +1/+1 counter on each creature you control. Each token creature. That's important. They gain trample until end of turn. Honestly, if I had more Sandstorm Salvagers, I probably would have tried them out in here, but I only got 2, and I don't think it's worth the craft for me personally. How about all 4 battle menus? 2 mana instant speed. You get to choose one of these. You can create a 2/2 white knight creature token. You can give target creature +0/+4 until end of turn. You can destroy target creature with power 4 or greater, or you can gain 4 life. Yeah, I like this card. Got all 4 carrot cakes. In my test games, I actually had less carrot cake, but bro, it didn't make any sense to not have all 4 of these. It's just such a great little card. We have all 4 Get Lost. We have a couple authoritative consuls to help slow down the opponent. We have 4 Sami's Curiosity, 1 green mana sorcery. You gain 2 life, create a lander token. Nice. We have a 1 of for the common good, double X in green, sorcery speed. Create X tokens that are copies of target token you control. Then tokens you control gain indestructible until your next turn, and you gain 1 life for each token you control. What's nice about this too is X can totally be 0. Now, on the top end, we do have a doubling season. If we actually get a chance to set up with doubling season, then it's crazy business on the board. And we also have a couple Elspeth Stormslayers. Honestly, instead of the doubling season, you could probably just play with the 3rd Elspeth Stormslayer, right? But it also fits the +1/+1 counter theme in here. If you get doubling season down before Stormslayer, then it comes down with double loyalty counters, which is pretty cool too. So then we have a couple Overlord of the Mistmoors also here on the top end. Got to do some rearranging though for that impending cost for sure. Now over in the mana base, we have all 4 Hushwood Verge. We have a Restless Prairie, couple Fountainport. We have all 4 Multiversal Passage, pretending to be the Selesnya Shockland. We even have a Windswept Bastion too. And also, Windswept Bastion pairing beautifully with that doubling season, since when you station it, it's charge counters, and doubling season is any counter. Cool. No honorable mentions, guys. There are so many ways we could have put together Selesnya tokens. So at the very least, what should have made the cut as an honorable mention? What kind of style of Selesnya tokens have you guys tried out recently? Okay, I do my dandiest to save the more in-depth discussion for the end of the video, so look forward to that. In the meantime, let's go ahead, take this into some ranked, see how we do. Okay, we'll see if we can get right into that first game. In the meantime, what am I expecting from the build? I think it's going to be pretty good, man. I only got 24 mana packed in, and that's because I was flooding pretty easily here, and I'm hoping that 24 works because it really does feel like a 25 mana deck list, because we're definitely pushing it into the mid-range side of things. So hopefully we're fine at 24 mana. I'm going to give this a shot. A couple early turns here, and that early get lost should help us out, since the opponent's going first especially. Intimidation Tactics. It does not hit the get lost or the enchantments. Oh, hey, it doesn't hit planeswalkers either. Oh, Intimidation tactics just missed, guys. That's great news for us. If that was a duress, they probably would have taken Caretaker's talent, right? But it depends what's in their hand too. Maybe they get lost. A second most helpful weaver is actually fantastic. I like to see that. Now, once it comes time, so like I said, if we do miss our third, we have a couple turns here to not worry too much about it, but we really don't want to miss our third. There we go. Beautiful, man. Very nice. Demon Wall right into the room. We should still save the Get Lost for more powerful demons, right? All right. What's going on? What's up with this, like, floating title here? That's a bug, right? Or is that how it's supposed to be over there with the art? I think that's bugged out. All right, Strategic Betrayal gets rid of the 2/1. It's rude, huh? All right, so that means we don't get the counter from the second ability on Most Helpful Weaver, but that's okay. We're still going to take the turn for some setup with the Caretaker's talent and focus on the next Most Helpful Weaver. We do see the 4th mana, then Remarkable Readings is going to be fantastic. Though Sammy's Curiosity is pretty good too. We actually start with that because we might use this as ramp, but we also get some card draw. We could lead into the second Caretaker's talent. Wow. That's really good, man. Really good, actually. Especially since, number one, they're missing their 3rd mana. That's great news for us because Mono Black Demons is no joke. Let's do... I wouldn't mind Remarkable Readings after Elspeth Stormslayer's on the board. So let's see if we find... We draw 2 here. Let's see if we find our 5th for next turn. Authority of Consuls is pretty good. We don't find the 5th. We could go Lander for it. Save these. Probably keep Get Lost open with the Lander, huh? Yeah, make sure we can actually get the Stormslayer down on time. So another Demon Wall. Okay, at this point, it's totally okay to give the opponent some mana, game. It's totally fine now. I'll grab the other forest out of the deck list. Okay, cool. Stick to the plan. Get some card draw. We got 6 cards in hand already. We're going to have to discard one, probably the Authority. But that's totally fine. Yeah, second Get Lost is great. Oh, nice. Some mana. That means we can play the Authority, or we could copy. But I think we want to save the copies on the Caretaker's talent for now. Now, that's probably a good trade for the opponent, because that's probably where we put the double strike next turn. Then they probably just do a normal block. So Cecile coming in tapped. Sammy's Curiosity. Double strike on the Spidey. Could start with the card draw, or we could boost our board state, go for the swing that way. Lands, am I right? I know, opponent. I'm sorry, buddy. Let's go for the boost on the Caretaker's talent. Let's see what we draw here too. We still got 5 mana open. We do see another Plains, which is good news. Now we go for the boost and get these into the air, right? Because that's a chunk of damage, and we still got 2 mana open too. That should be a 2-turn clock. Yeah, the poor opponent. Wait a minute, that's lethal damage. Oh, the double strike, guys. Oh my goodness, man. So unfortunately, the opponent didn't do too much there. They did miss their 3rd. At first, it was great because Mono Black Demons is rough, man. But then at some point, you still want to play the game of Magic too, so it would have been nice if they found their 3rd and 4th off the top after a little bit of time. Either way, we still got to showcase a lot of the synergies of this deck list. We totally got to showcase why Sammy's Curiosity is in here too. the way that it's an extra card that gives you a token when it comes time when you have Caretaker's talent, so you're replacing it and you're gaining 2, which is usually going to come in handy too. But then also actually using the lander token as ramp in a deck list like this just makes a lot of sense, huh? So we don't have a green source in hand, guys, and no way to get the green source either. Most of the deck list is requires the planes, but I don't know, man. With Sami's Curiosity and Doubling Season in hand, how many turns can we realistically wait for the green source? Maybe we'll be the one saying lands, am I right, to the opponent. I'm going to try it. We'll see what happens. Oh, dear. Oh, dear. Opponent, are you sure you don't want me to go first, buddy? Are you sure? Right. So, turn 1 Llanowar Elves. If we're up against mono green landfall, of course we are already in danger. So, we'll see. We'll see what we can pull off. Tifa with an untapped forest would be the most deadly setup here. Oh my goodness. We might have a chance to take out the Tifa. Ooh, we have a chance. Okay, before they untap, guys, we 110% pop the Tifa with the Get Lost. And finding the mana we needed there, that was great news, man. So there's a forest. Maybe they don't have the Veil if they were trying to hit harder this turn with the Tifa, right? I'll go ahead and use map tokens on Llanowar. Forest. And Bristly Bill, nice. Okay. So Salvager's pretty good. Sami's Curiosity open with battle menu is pretty good. We could wait to get Doubling Season down before the Salvager. I guess, honestly, we don't need Fountainport on the board yet either. I guess Sami's Curiosity and then an open battle menu with the lander token being open here too, because that could ramp us into the 5th for Doubling Season. So if we're not in direct danger, we want to ramp with the lander. Seriously, Bill. Come on down, buddy. Probably boost the elves, get a bigger swing. No, they're going to boost the Bill. We could go 2-2, the battle menu, and trade into Llanowar. But eventually Bristly Bill's going to get above the 4 power, so that's what battle menu can do. So we just take the 2, we're not in direct danger. They still got a forest open too, but we've kind of ruled out the Veil based on the opponent's earlier play. It could still be there though. All right. Now we can get the Fountainport down. They got 5 on the board, guys. You don't suppose we die next turn, right? Because we should totally set up that Doubling Season if not. The small problem with impending the Overlord, we'll never see the actual Mistmoors after Doubling Season, but that's okay, right? We're still getting double tokens. We could also go Salvager, battle menu open. Dude, let's just go for the setup, huh? Go easy on me, opponent. Go easy on me, buddy. Let's see what they got here. With only Bristly Bill. Ooh, Ice Till Explorer, nice. And Evolving Wilds, boost the Bill. Get an extra land. From the grave, probably the Wilds, right? It comes back tapped, thank goodness. Wait, does it come back? It comes back tapped, right? No, first of all, you may play lands from your graveyard. You may play an additional land on each of your turns. No, it totally could have just come back. Either way, they played the additional mountain instead. So that could have been worse, for sure, on so many levels. So we're actually, if we play the plains, which of course we do, that's 6 mana. We're just 1 away from a full cast on this Overlord of the Mistmoors. So we could hold off on that. Caretaker was actually really good. Still got 4 mana open after the cake. If we do Overlord for 4, we get 4 2/1s in the air, and then we can keep battle menu open. Probably going to be forced to pop this Bristly Bill, right? Probably now on our turn. I wouldn't mind just going even wider. Okay. Okay. Right. So unfortunately, we're never going to see the other side of the Mistmoors as it comes in with 8 impending counters. But 4 flyers is still really cool. And then we got to take care of Bristly Bill before they start activating this bottom ability, right? So unfortunately, we do this now, or I should say try to do this now. No, we do this now because it's just a mountain open. Yeah, before they untap and everything too. Okie dokies. 2 here. We can start plugging counters onto the station. It's 4. 4. You know what? We're at 14. We might as well finish. We might as well finish the station, right? Now, that should be pretty powerful. That should be a pretty powerful ability to have. Wow, Ouroboros hits the table, guys. Thank goodness we took care of that Bristly Bill, because that would have been boosting the Ouroboros. Nice, nice. I'll take the chump while we have it for sure. And take the 3 down to 11. Mana off the top would be great news, because then we could use the Windswept Bastion. It is going to be mana off the top too, but we'll have to pay 2 for it to be untapped. And we can double the doubling season. It'll be legendary, so we won't really get 2 of them. So we'd rather do the Overlord. Activate only as a sorcery. Right, now we only get to keep 1 because it's legendary. We just choose 1. Then they both get the ETB. That's cool, man. That's really cool, huh? So I wish we could play the Salvager this turn too, but... swing, they don't have trample over there. Are we safe to play Carrot Cake? Go down to 9 for a Boroid. No, it's probably not safe, guys. I'm not going to get too greedy here. I'll call white. We'll just have it enter tapped, skip the Carrot Cake. It's totally fine. And then we're going to try to win on the swing next turn. So we do full swing here, down to 14. Then we still have a couple chumps in the air. They use the Evolving Wilds now. Go ahead and thin the deck list. Try to find as much off the top as possible here. And Ice Till Explorer gets them 2 of these. We got 16 in the air right now. Gives us 1. It gives us Oh wait, hold on. Hold on, I'm getting confused. We have 22 in the air right now, which gives us a chump into each creature. Outside of any like surprise life gain and stuff. Also, we could block with this 6/6 Overlord of the Mistmoors too, gladly. Alright, Mossborn Hydra, that would have been deadly on the board. Ouroboros gives everything a boost. They go for that swing. Like I said, we just take a chump into each one. I'm not even concerned about taking any of these out. Hopefully they don't have surprise trample in hand, though. I should probably block with the Overlord then here, too. Some surprise from him. I mean, they got 8 mana on the board. We could try to take it out. Still have 8, 16. There's 14 in the air. Yeah, I guess we'll take as the blocks that we can and still try to threaten lethal next turn. Because there could be some kind of surprise that I'm not calculating in, and we know how explosive these landfall decks can be too, so be as cautious as possible, still try to push lethal in the air next turn. There's also a lot we could draw into to help us push lethal, like a Caretaker's Talent. No, we're actually 1 mana behind to fully power a Caretaker's Talent. Nice, so it wasn't any surprise. We even get to keep the Overlord of the Mistmoors on the table. That's really good for us. Yeah, since Sandstorm... Yeah, GG opponent. wow. Since Sandstorm Salvager, you have to tap it. We wouldn't be able to play it and then immediately use the bottom ability. It needs established on the board. Doubling Season really doing the thing there. We took the turn for setup. Everything worked out pretty okay. I think that could have gone a lot worse because landfall's very consistent. I keep calling it mono green landfall, but a lot of times they do splash the red for the World Soul's Rage. Which is another thing, if we got too low and they had all that mana on the board, World Soul's Rage can just smack our face for the rest of the damage, so you got to be very careful with that. Cool stuff, man. I like this deck list a lot so far. Hey guys, while I got you here in the middle of the video, make sure you check out that description. We do got that Discord link as well as that Patreon link too, if you're interested in joining either of those up or supporting the channel that way. And also, guys, for the YouTube side of things, if you liked the video, make sure you actually drop it a like. If you enjoy the channel, then consider subscribing because it really does help out the channel. So thank you guys. All right, let's do Carrot Cake number 1. Most Helpful Weaver. Got a lot of powerful cards packed in, don't we? Fabrication Foundry, okay. All right, this is going to be a uphill battle, I would say. We're going to take the turn for setting up Caretaker's talent. We're definitely going to need to find a way to deal with their synthesizer. Taking the 2 doesn't really mean much versus synthesizer either, because once they get the ball rolling, they can easily do, 80 damage on one turn. So yep. Doing this, I was thinking about the Sami's Curiosity, but just getting that card draw rolling is fine. Also, I guess we can swing with the Bunny Rabbit too. Okay. Perilous Snare. Pick the Caretaker's talent. So, Perilous Snare first before... Okay, unfortunately, Get Lost doesn't hit artifacts, right? So Perilous Snare before the synthesizer tells us a lot. That might mean there's no synthesizer. We can keep Get Lost open with Battle Menu and Sami's Curiosity. And when I say that, I guess I mean the Lander token, right? And that also keeps the Carrot Cake open too, I suppose. Most Helpful Weaver could be good too, depending on what the plan is. Just establishing the other Carrot Cake is fine. I think we just want to keep the Lander token open. Let's see what we can get up to then. Oh, buddy. Okay, yeah. Oh, buddy. I think we're in significant danger. Let's see what they see here. Even with the card draw. So they DC Synthesizer. They DC Repurposing Bay. That's probably it, right? That's probably all we can possibly deal with. But anyways, yeah, even if we had card draw on Caretaker's talent, or if we were allowed establishing this, we still would have been in a lot of danger. I don't see a lot of ways out of this except for popping off before they can. And with Repurposing Bay already on the board too. I'm gonna go ahead and tap down the 6/6. Yep. So we're gonna take the ramp on the Lander. We're going to go ahead and grab just another Plains here is fine. Another Sami's Curiosity is pretty good, actually. So, Get Lost is not the greatest removal versus Synthesizer. Not only does it not hit their artifacts, but once you take out a creature, you're boosting their other constructs. So, we could try for a Most Helpful Weaver. And see if we can push more damage on the following turns. We can still keep the battle menu open to pop a big construct when it comes time. But we could also just get another Carrot Cake down. Repurposing Bay can pop the Snare. Grab the Fire Crystal. I guess I'll keep the battle menu open. We can keep the battle menu open with the Get Lost and the Carrot Cake. Yeah, the Most Helpful Weaver totally, the art's totally bugging out over here or something. That's fine though, it kind of looks cool with the floating title. Yeah, they don't care to give us they don't care about giving us the Caretaker's talent back. They might as well try to go for it, right? Especially if they have a 5th mana open in hand. 5th mana, 2 mana for the Bay, Fire Crystal, and then another 3 mana artifact from hand. That would be a devastating turn, but we do have a chump blocker, so maybe they don't want to give us the talent back. I guess at that point, if they had their 5th, they'd start with the 3 mana thing from hand and maybe pop that instead of the snare that's holding the Caretaker's talent too, right? They go for the swing. Okay. Yeah. I mean, we're not dead, so I'm just going to take it and see what else they got. And maybe we can set up more damage over the next couple turns. Cryogen Relic. Could be a Perilous Snare turn. Not a Perilous Snare, a Star Cage turn, right? They are going to use the Bay on the Relic. Yep, that makes sense. They get some card draw. They get a 3 mana. Maybe just another Synthesizer. No, it is going to be the Pinnacle Star Cage. Ah, man. Right, well, we're losing our artifacts anyways. We might as well pop the Carrot Cake, gain some life, and get some Scry. We're going to lose all the tokens too. It does not hit our Weaver, but we won't have any targets for the Weaver, unfortunately. We could still try to battle menu the construct that comes out after the fact. I think just getting a Scry here is a little bit better. Oh yeah, dude, these Synthesizer builds going to be a nemesis for this deck list, and that really that matters. So something to think about. I'm going to send the Forest, even though the 5th mana will be good when it comes time to see our top end. We get the construct back. Now, Weaver doesn't have a target for 2 or 3. We're going to try to give something double strike, but I don't know how much that double strike's going to matter. Braided Net as well. Dude, we're in a lot of danger. Oh, buddy. They power up Windswept Bastion. Sandstorm Salvager is pretty good, actually. But there's now next turn they're definitely threatening lethal. Repurposing Bay, pop the net. Fire Crystal, 24 damage swinging in. 16 damage with a chump. So I guess if we gain some life here and still get the Sandstorm Salvager down, that's fine. Not keeping battle menu open's a little sketchy. But I don't mind this. We get 2 potential chump blockers if they do find removal in hand. And Salvager doesn't get picked up by like another Star Cage or something. So it could be good. There's actually a few different things that we could do though, because Carrot Cake, oh, Braided Net taps one and then can tap the other. Oh, yeah. I always overlook that with Braided Net, man. It's a powerful tempo card for sure. They see a Spring-Loaded Sawblade and a second Repurposing Bay here off the United Battlefront. We are dead. With 20 on the board, they tap down Salvager with the Braided Net. GG opponent, huh? Wow, scary business. Like I've been saying, I don't know if I said it most on stream or in the last couple videos, I forget, but I don't know where the Synthesizer builds have been hiding. And I've been saying like they must be in higher ranks. I think I'm right. I think they are just chilling in higher ranks because boy, even when they're not consistent, they're consistent. You know what I mean? Let's keep the ball rolling. Yeah, for me, the meta split, the main 3 deck lists are still like mono green landfall, mono white life gain, and Azora Synthesizer. But for some reason, Synthesizer fell off and I just haven't been seeing it as much. I don't know what that reason could possibly be other than I'm not a high enough rank to see all the players that are playing it, you know? All right, we go first. Only a couple mana. I think I'm actually going to take the 2 for that turn 1 Authority of Consuls. We don't have to, though. We could Authority of Consuls on turn 2 and be just as happy. Oh my. Speaking of meta split, the opponent must be up against A lot of Reanimator. No, this is probably like Ketramos or something, right? Maybe, we'll see, won't we? Plains is great news, but we're going to stick to the plan. Authority. All white based on the hand, even though we saw Plains, we don't really need the double green. This might be the last game of the evening, guys. Let's see if we can do some more awesome showcasing of this deck list's potential. Could be a really good counterspell for the opponent, but since we don't know what we're up against, I think we still risk it, right? We still go for it. It lands. Nice. Now, does it stick around? Because the starting town could... Okay. Starting town could be a green source for them, which can totally pick up enchantments, or it could be a white source for a Get Lost, right? Okay, we don't know what we're up against, because the opponent is not playing cards, which is fine. Start with the card draw on the Salvager. See if we see our 4th mana for next turn. Salvager was a good draw, I would say. Nowhere to run. Nice, but probably would have been better to pick up the Golem. Then again, Salvager does run away with things. Sami's Curiosity is pretty good, man. I think we really, if nothing else was proven today, Sami's Curiosity is actually a pretty good card in the right build. In a token deck list like this, totally the right build. Nowhere to run, also picking up the 3/3. Now it makes sense, right? So 4th mana, that's good. Really good. So we can start with Most Helpful Weaver, get some card draw, see if we want to do tapped land with Sami's Curiosity, right? It lands. Nice. If it's tapped land, then we will do Sami's Curiosity. Okay. Actually, we could just double down on Sami's Curiosity, I guess. But we could also activate Caretaker's Talent, play the other Most Helpful Weaver, battle menu open. Let's do... They're at 4 here, guys. Let's do... second Most Helpful Weaver. Yeah, 4 land. It could be a board wipe next turn. Deadly Cover-Up is usually the one we see the most. But, oh man. So no targets for the Most Helpful Weavers, unfortunately, guys. Very, very brutal. But that's okay, because now the opponent's mostly tapped out. Elspeth comes down, unless that would have been a Spell Pierce, right? Now we get the ball rolling and get some card draw on the Caretaker's Talent. You find more mana. 6th mana is not bad. Probably want to do some thinning with the Curiosity when it comes time. 5th mana does come down for the opponent. They are now 1 mana away from this 6 mana board wipe that I never remember the name of, but it's also the Mill board wipe, so you guys know it very well. Dimir Mill. Bitter Triumph hits the Elspeth, which is devastating, but it's not the only Elspeth, so... Okay, double strike and double strike. I think now might be a good time to power up, get some damage through. They only got 2 cards in hand, 2 mana open. Start with the card draw on the talent, and then probably try to boost this double strike through. Carrot Cake. Could also power up Restless Prairie. That's a boost. That's 7 damage through there. Or 12 damage with the boost from the talent. So it's better to boost with the talent, right? And then Sami's Curiosity will be what we play then from hand. Good stuff, man. Good stuff. I do think we showcased this deck list beautifully today, guys. Really showcasing a lot of the different cards and different strategies. Even the double strike coming in handy multiple times. I'll tell you what, man. That's good. Yeah. Game opponent. I like it. Let's go talk about it. 34 minutes in. This is the style of mid-range. This is right up my alley, dude. Just slamming creatures on the board. And it knows how to slam the creatures pretty well, doesn't it? Here's the deck list again, guys. I really like the split in here with pretty much everything. I would say, number one, do the rearranging for the impending. Yeah, don't look at the like anti-synergy between Doubling Season and Mistmoors, because you saw that it doesn't really matter if it comes in with extra impending, because you're getting so many insect tokens anyways. And then at that point, too, the way the Windswept Bastion, I mean, holy cow, dude. I mean, we just did everything today, didn't we? The double strike on Chapter 3 with the most helpful Weaver is actually pretty disgusting and really does help you close up games. Battle menu, not doing too much except chilling in our hand, but still having all these options is actually crazy business. Also, this is the main way to get tokens on the board during your opponent's turn, so that way you can draw on your turn with Caretaker's talent, right? Like Sami's Curiosity or something. Draw a card, keep battle menu open, pass it back. And then at the end of the opponent's turn, or maybe they swing into it or something, you get a 2/2 Knight down on the board, draw on the opponent's turn too. Just pairing that instant speed with the top ability on Caretaker's talent should be fantastic. And then let's be real, guys. How often is a creature less than 4 power that needs to die? There's a couple, right? There's a few. Like Battle Menu can't take out an early Llanowar Elves, for example, but it sure can take out a big old chunky Tifa, as long as the opponent misses Snakeskin Veil, of course, which is actually pretty rare, unfortunately. Snakeskin Veil kind of feels like it's an 8 of in the landfall deck list, but still, having that early removal is very, very important. Early ways to slow the opponents down with Authority of Consuls is also pretty important. Something else important here with the Authority of Consuls is it takes late game chump blockers out of the equation. As you're going wide and setting up, this is not a deck list that gives creatures haste to win all in one turn. So you get like this wide setup, and then the opponent has a chance to match your wide setup. If you got the Authority of Consuls, that matching is all entering tapped and gaining you life too, so you could still win on the backswing after the fact, so the opponent can't set up successful trades or chumps. So the Authority does make a lot of sense here, I would say. The curve is actually pretty fantastic. Curving out over these 2-drops with 24 mana feels great, man. It's a 2.6 average, and that felt okay. I'm still like on the fence. I think 25 could also work well, but you're grabbing mana out of the deck list with the lander tokens too. You don't really love the deck thinning, but you also don't really love to see your 7th mana in here either. It's mostly you want to get to 4, you want to get to 5, but you can get there at your own pace because you just keep playing your 2-drops and stuff, and then you're interchanging, keeping your 2-drops open with the lander tokens, and then the landers ramping. You just the curve was fantastic here, guys. It was really, really nice. Everything worked out really nicely. Okay, is there anything else I want to say? Yes, I really don't see the opponents or anyone playing a most helpful Weaver, but I've really enjoyed this card. It's actually one of the cards I've played with the most from Omenpaths. It's really neat, man. If you guys have this in your collection already, try it out in one of your builds. Seriously, I think it'll surprise you. And in the right build, like this one, where this build cares about tokens, and for that matter, it cares about +1/+1 counters thanks to Doubling Season, it's kind of an MVP in the right build. I really love this card. It cares about being an enchantment thanks to like Windswept Bastion and stuff too. A couple other things, guys. If you got Doubling Season on the board, the Saga counters get doubled as well. So it'll come in with 2 of the Saga counters. So you'll get a 2/1 with Reach and then immediately get the +1/+1 counter, but it's actually 2 +1/+1 counters at that point too, since you got the Doubling Season on the board. Yeah, cool stuff. And double top end Elspeth. I'm also still convinced that this could be a 3 of, and you could totally drop the Doubling Season. It's much easier to set up a board state with Stormslayer because at the very least you can just go soldiers to get a couple chump blockers, maybe the Elspeth survives. There's going to be times where you set up with Doubling Season and you're just sweating that the opponent has a Get Lost. Now, why is Get Lost like the main spot removal choice in here outside of battle menu, right? Well, number one, it's fantastic. Number two, you could technically pop one of your own creatures or enchantments. Don't pop your own Planeswalker. Do not pop an Elspeth with your Get Lost, right? But then you give yourself map tokens, right? So you could draw on like Caretaker's Talent or 2 if you got 2 on the board. So you could pop your Authority of Consuls, get some map tokens, get some card draw. I'd say that actually happens more than you would ever expect. I do still like the 1-of for the common good. Didn't see it today. That's because it's a 1-of. If we had more in here, I don't know if duplicates would do too much in your hand. I really do like this as a 1-of though. You could treat it as a 3-mana card to copy a token. Copying like a golem for 3 mana is not bad, and then you're getting some life gain too. A 5-mana card to copy a token twice is actually disgusting, and then as it grows, as the game goes on, it's a 7-mana card copying a token 3 times. I think the opponent's actually getting in danger, right? So, because all your tokens get indestructible until your next turn too, and then that's still a good chunk of life gain total. Yeah, cool stuff. Also, Fountainport will usually come in handy. Being able to pay 1, generate the fishy, of course, works wonders. Again, Caretaker's Talent. I guess Caretaker's Talent is one of the main reasons why we're allowed playing tokens, huh? For real, guys, for real. Anyways, then also you could sacrifice a token to draw a card, so that's a fantastic way to also keep your hand stocked up if you actually miss the talent. And then Multiversal Passage has been an MVP land as well. I think you could play tapped land in here successfully, but I mean, it's nice to have the option to be able to pay 2. I think more Restless Prairies could actually be pretty good in here as well, honestly. So if you don't have more Surveil lands, more Restless Prairies could potentially work. Okay, guys, enough rambling, huh? If you made it this far in, y'all are champions for real. I super duper appreciate you. Oh, what about the Do Not Craft list? Guys, it's relatively expensive. There are a lot of mythics in here, and a good chunk of rares as well. So I guess put it on the Do Not Craft list, but I had a good time with this. If you have all the cards already, this is definitely one to check out if it looked like fun for you, right? Of course, if we move the mana base into the rares, then it just gets ridiculous, but luckily you can use the mana base in other deck lists as well. So yes, very expensive. Put it on the Do Not Craft list just because it's expensive. You could totally base this one on your collection and have a pretty fun time, I would say. I don't know what those trade outs would look like right now, but there's some good token generators and stuff that we could potentially trade out, like Overlord of the Mistmoors and stuff, even though that's going to be a little bit of an MVP card too. So, yeah, base this one on your collection, guys. That's what I say, just because it's so expensive. If you already have all the cards too, definitely give it a shot and get back to me. Let me know how it goes. Okay, now, actually, enough rambling. Hey, I will see you in the next video.